Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Welcome to a brand new episode of Millionaire Man Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. What's going on? I see Peacock drivers in the building. Yes, sir. Good old Landover. Y'all stream Fort Wash all day, or I can stream Landover all day. Malley Road. Exactly. Appreciate you tuning in, Don. You know what time it is. It's Millionaire Man Cave time. We got all types of topics tonight. It's on Relationship Entertainment Television. We appreciate you for tuning in. You could have chosen to be anywhere, but you chose to be right here with us. If you're on Facebook, don't forget, go ahead and send it to your friends, send it to your family, let them know we got Millionaire Man Cave on Relationship Entertainment Television tonight. But if you're on YouTube, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television channel. All you got to do is type in Relationship Entertainment Television. You hit the little subscribe button so that way you subscribe and hit the bell so that way you're notified each and every time a brand new what's the name comes on. You can see a new moon tonight. Venus and Jupiter.
Yeah, so I'm looking for the moon.
I mean, it's a new moon. What does a new moon look like? That's my curiosity. What does a new moon look like?
I have no idea.
I have no clue either. I mean, I'm not like, don't get me wrong. Like astrology is cool, but I never like look into it like that. I mean, where you can see like the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper, and
I can never figure it out.
I'm not.
It's just all stars to me.
Exactly. So you got to tell us exactly what that look like, because we have no clue what that look like. And my man Don is sitting outside. My man Mike is sitting outside, Don. So I have no clue exactly. You got to tell that man what he's supposed to be looking for. But without any further ado, y'all know I can't do this show without the people who are on the screen with me right now. Appreciate these fellas for coming through each and every week, because they bring different topics, different conversation, different points of view, all that good stuff that makes the show what it is. We couldn't do the show without the fellas. We couldn't do the show without y'all. So we appreciate y'all as well. As always, my brother from another mother, Millionaire Mike, is in the building. What's going on, Mike?
No, I'm just playing.
Okay. Is that how you feel? That's how Mike feels.
I was trying to do the deer in the headlights. Nah, man, I'm doing all right, dog. I'm doing all right. Feeling good. Like you said, I'm outside. It's like 59 degrees out or 60 degrees still out here. So it's nice.
So he said, Mike, he said, no. He said you can see the moon with Venus and Jupiter over top of the moon. Only Venus I'm looking for, his last name is Williams. Venus Williams. I heard her sister. I don't know about no daggone moon Venus. I still don't know. Yeah, still wouldn't know what the hell I was looking at. I ain't outside. Mike outside, so Mike got to tell us. Mike got to give us a meteorologist.
From where I don't have a view of the moon, so it's all good.
It may be an overcast. It was just overcast today here in the Carolinas, so it might be something he can peep up there in the DMV area. Speaking of the DMV area, as a matter of fact, let's just bring one of these dudes in. But there you go. Mr. PC is in the building. Kind of running late today, but he's in the building. What's going on, Nicole? How you doing? Appreciate you for tuning in.
What's up, Nicole?
Mr. Reasonable, aka Donnell's in the building tonight. What's going on with you, Donnell? That part. Exactly. You will be like, yo, you on mic or you on mute, but we can usually see when your thing is on mute. So audio issues. What's good with you, Donnell?
I don't know, Mike. Mike got me clowning this evening, so I'm good, man.
You always
good.
Yeah, no bull.
So you like, I'm good. With the red Solo cup. Every time you see Donnell with a red Solo cup, you know he clowning. Something going down when he got the red Solo cup in his hand.
Stay in my left.
Also from the DMV, maybe you came from outside. Can you see the moon outside, John?
I wasn't outside.
I wasn't outside.
No.
I guess that y'all talked about John eating dinner last night. So John decided he wasn't eating dinner.
I had to eat before I got on here tonight. You know what I'm saying?
What's good, P? I see you in the building, P. Y'all know we got a hell of a topic tonight, but what's good with you, John?
I'm chilling. My damies. What's up?
Yo, who?
My damies.
My damie.
How did I tell you?
Okay. Is that what
y'all don't remember Pootie Tang?
Is that what you was watching?
I never watched Pootie Tang. I never watched that joke.
Are you serious?
Your black card revoked, Mike.
Mike,
I
are
never
you
wanted
serious?
to. It's gonna look stupid to me.
It
I
is.
never wanted
That joint is all the way stupid. Okay.
It is completely stupid. Yes. From beginning to end, it's stupid. So yeah, I mean, but I'm just still surprised you never seen the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I couldn't even tell you to go watch it because it ain't worth watching. But I mean, somebody makes a reference to the movie, you kind of like, yeah, exactly. Wow, Mike, you've never seen Pootie Tang.
That's a game too, John.
What'd you say? I know. We got it here. We got it here. We gonna do game night. You know what I'm saying? People come through. You know, we all about game night around our house.
Hey, Mike, we might have to make a trip up to the DMV so we can go up there.
Yeah.
For game night.
If you want to see my wife wild out, come to a game night.
What you mean?
She does not like to lose. She get real competitive, boy.
It must be a Capricorn thing. My wife the same way.
Yeah.
Hey, I love to lose.
Same here.
Hey, I love to lose. Hey, put me against them all day. They'll be all up in their feelings.
Donnell's the one that can't say he a sore loser. He a sore winner and a sore loser. I tell you, Donnell need to change his joint to Mr. Petty. That's what he need to. That's what he need to put up under his name, Mr. Petty. Exactly.
Petty LaBelle.
Mr. Reasonable. Exactly. Petty LaBelle.
Petty LaBelle.
Hey, John, I be feeling them sweatshirts you be wearing. What's your joint say tonight?
It says Black King. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We in Black History Month. I gotta always rep. My wife picks these hoodies out for me, and so I pull them out. I wear them. You
find out your wife be dressing you, John. Okay.
Give me a hoodie anytime. That's what I'm gonna throw on. So
gotcha. No, real talk though. I be liking them hoodies you wear. I be especially when it's cold outside. Mike and I was talking earlier, and Don was saying you can see some types of moon, but it's nice outside here in the Carolinas. That's supposed to be like 82 degrees, like Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
We getting like 70 something this week.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We done skipped winter. We skipped all the winter.
Right, because it's dropping right back down into the 50s like this weekend. I don't know if it's supposed to be up there in y'all's area. But down here,
it's the same, but it's pretty close to the same. But I mean, it ain't gonna get freezing. We ain't gonna get below freezing. We ain't gonna get down to 30s.
I think we'll get one good more cold snap to come through before we.
Y'all gonna get an ice storm down in North Carolina. Y'all be getting ice storm.
So?
Right? Yeah, I don't even understand them, Jones. Y'all be getting stupid ice storms. They be like everything be iced over for like 20 minutes, and everybody.
We haven't had ice storms in years.
Yeah, we haven't had not a good one anyway, where they really shut everything down. Now they predict them, but they don't never come through.
Right.
So I don't know. It is what it is.
Because that's what before I moved down here, everybody was like, "Yeah, Charlotte gets ice storms." But I've been here for 17 years. I might have been 2.
I've been down here for a little over that, and we've had a little bit more than 2. Well, unless you want to consider it snow too, because we do get a little bit of snow every now and then. Every now and then we get a little something. I think we're gonna have one more good cold snap.
Man, y'all sound disappointed that y'all ain't getting no ice storm.
Right.
No.
I ain't gonna lie, I am, because if you're gonna give me the cold, you might as well go ahead and give me the ice or the snow or something to go with it. And we had the 2 weeks
take the snow.
Cold weather.
Yo, I don't want to shovel no more snow. Look, if I could stay here and never have to shovel snow again, I'll be a happy man.
I was fortunate because if I had to shovel and my knee was messed up,
right?
Oh man, put them kids to work. Put your son to work. Maybe I tell him to get out there and make some money. Shovel that driveway, shovel the people's yard.
Say, what you gonna do for this $40?
You gonna put him out on the stroll? You gonna put him out on the stroll? You gonna
exactly put him out there and tell him to go ahead and make some money. Go ahead and get that $40 from Miss Shirley down the street.
Yeah.
Let Miss Shirley tighten them up right quick for the good $40.
Make money.
Oh no! Oh.
I'll be a pimp.
He could be like Mr. Charles in BMF. He be going over there fixing up old girl ceiling fan and then be slapping them cheeks on the way out.
Mr. Charles, wild boy. But I get it, Mr. Charles, wild boy.
Hey, wait! Before we give Mike, you watch BMF?
No,
Mike,
I haven't seen the season yet.
You
I don't watch
You ain't
it.
got into the season yet either.
No. So, I typically wait until all the episodes are out for the season, then I'll binge watch it.
Okay. It makes sense.
So I think they about midway through now, aren't they?
I think they're a little bit over midway. They getting ready to start up Power joint in like another couple weeks. So they kind of like, I think they got like 1 week of overlap, and other than that, they finished with it. So
Which Power one's coming up?
The one with the sun. What's the joint? Power
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah, that joint.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I don't understand why they call it Ghost, because he ain't been in their episode.
Because he disappeared. He ghost.
Yeah, obviously. So why we naming it after him?
2.0.
Yeah, exactly. I get 2. Then call it Power 2.0 or something. I don't know. They call it Ghost. He ain't been in that episode. But Donnell, you know what time it is. It's that time of the night we get into Word to the Wise. What you got for us, Donnell?
Y'all, I'm sure y'all ready for this Word to the Wise.
We're ready for the Word to the Wise.
I don't know if I'm ever ready.
I ain't ready.
I was about to say, exactly.
All right. Word to the wise. Ladies. If you are experiencing, this is more of a PSA than anything. If you are experiencing anal itch,
yeah. What? What?
Perhaps you're not wiping well, or you're not wiping at all.
What?
So maybe try some. Maybe try some wet wipes.
What? You need a bidet.
Yeah, about to say, exactly. You need a shower is what you need.
Anal itch.
You need to get off the toilet and get directly into the shower.
Exactly. That is disgusting. So answer me this question. I heard somebody ask this before. If you get in the shower, realize you gotta take a dump. Do you get out the shower and then go back in the shower again, or you just wait until you get out the shower and then go do?
Nope. I get out the shower, take a dump, then I go back in. First off, if you shower and then take a dump, you might as well go back to bed and start your day over again. Because that's the wrong direction. You're supposed to.
John say, restart your whole damn day.
Restart.
Hey, but it makes sense because I'd be mad. Like, yo, I just took a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it do. Like, you couldn't.
I was fresh and clean, and then all of a sudden I had to sit on it. Like, that just ruined my day.
If I feel like I have to go, I'm going to go before I shower.
Man, I mean, I'll hop out.
You may not realize you gotta go.
If I have to, I will hop out of the shower. I will take a dump. I will get back in the shower and wash, and then I'm ready to go. Because I can't. If I take a dump after I shower, that's messing my whole day.
Hey,
reboot.
Hey,
he got itchy booty.
And y'all should be washing with 2 washcloths.
Oh yeah. If you only got 1 washcloth, you if you washing your face with the same one you wash your face.
Hey, you know what? Y'all are crazy.
Well, because some people don't use a washcloth at all. They just be in there with their hand in the soap. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how people think they getting clean that way.
Well, you already know certain people don't believe in washing nothing below their waist anyway, because they believe the soap and water just run down and just rinse everything clean, which I think is disgusting.
I mean, that is just, I don't get none of that. Like, you ain't possibly cleaning yourself.
It's some of them itchy booty people that Donnell talking about. Right. Them itchy anus people that Donnell talking about. So ladies,
itch.
Exactly. You got anal itch.
Anal itch.
Ladies, that was your word to the wise for this week. Or as Donnell said, PSA, if your booty itch, invest in the bidet.
If you squirming around like this the whole time.
You pull them drawers down, you see that scratch mark. Street marks. You got a quarter mile of asphalt.
Oh no!
But there be some people who will still hit though, which is nasty, which is disgusting. That is disgusting.
If it smell like a public toilet, I'm not hit.
There are dudes that will still hit it though. They will put them joints down and smell it and be like, still go for it.
Debo.
Smell like a garbage truck. And you still stick.
That is disgusting.
Oh boy! How do we get there? How do we get there?
If a girl's breath stink, do you still let her give you head?
Sigh.
If her breath stink, nah, because then she won't come up and talk after that. Nah, we good. I had to think about that one for a second because she ain't directly in my face, but then she may want to come up and talk. So how do I do?
I mean, is halitosis contagious? Is
no,
that something I need to worry about?
Still. She got gut issues. If she got gut issues. She probably got
gum issues.
Yeah, that too. She had gum issues. She had gut issues. Nah,
she got bleeding gums or gums bleeding.
That's disgusting.
Would you let her? She had bleeding gums.
They'll tell her.
Oh my God!
But how would you know?
Hey,
how would you know?
What if she lost a tooth in the act?
Hey.
You know what?
Talking about oops, my bad.
So for those who have seen, y'all seen the warning before the show started. We talk about all types of stuff here on Millionaire M.A.N. Exactly. We talk about all types of stuff on Man Cave. So it is what it is. Y'all get what y'all get. What's going on, Chef? What's going on, Kingdom Chef? I see you in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in every week. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and get into this first set of commercials. Then we can talk about our hot topic for the night.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Tune in to Millionaire M.A.N on your relationship entertainment television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Millionaire Man Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. Again, y'all could have chose to be anywhere, but y'all chose to be right here with us on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, each and every Tuesday is Millionaire Man Cave. Y'all know we get into all types of conversations. Again, it's not for the weak at heart, so if we offend you, sorry, but not sorry. Y'all got the warning before the show actually started.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Y'all got the warning before. Get on, because I had people go, yo, what the hell Donnell we talk about to his word to the wise?
For real?
Yeah, I've had like a couple people ask that question. So, but I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. Y'all can tune in at 8:30 when we get into a hot topic and all that other good stuff. And then, that's why
It's just comedy.
It's just exactly that. They just, guilty people because they get itchy booties, Hey, Mike, I did find out right quick what my man Don was talking about. He was actually talking about. I still don't get it, but apparently, in certain evenings you can see, I guess with Venus and Jupiter in the way, the moon. I still don't get it. I don't know. I'm lying, but
Is
my
it
man,
something special that happened when that happened? Like,
I guess
it's all stars to me, though. It like they say that, and you'll see the two stars over the moon or wherever it is, but I can't tell, that it's a planet versus just a star.
do people act crazier when that happened? Like, is it like
like a full moon type joint?
Yeah, like what is?
No, it's just a rare occurrence type of thing.
Okay. And apparently it happens tonight, I guess. According to this, you get the don't miss the near wax crescent moon on February 21st and 22nd. So tonight and tomorrow, and I guess it comes again in March on the 2nd of March. I don't know. Again, not a meteorologist, not an astrologist, not any of those ologists. So
you're not an astrologist.
Hey, you know what? Not an astrologist, whatever the hell a damn word is, John. You know what the hell I was talking about. I ain't one of them. But I wanted to see what the hell my man Don was talking about, because he was saying something about you can see the moon through Venus and stars and in the earth and all that other good stuff. What we talking about tonight, Donnell?
Oh man, I'm gonna start off with one of your faves, the brat. You know what I'm saying? You saw your girl pregnant at 48.
Yeah.
How old she is?
48.
48. I can't believe. I was very surprised that she was the one that decided to carry the baby, to be honest with you.
I think I know why. John. Judy, isn't her wife named Judy or something like that?
Oh,
Judy with the booty.
Judy, that's where her name. Her name was Big Booty Judy. Seriously.
Big booty.
I think that's her. Like that's her name or something like that. That's exactly. Well, you know what she looked like.
Yeah,
so anyway, I believe that because the brat has not had a baby, like physically, like as you can see there, she's pregnant. But Judy has kids, from my understanding. So she's already experienced pregnancy, and the brat probably wants to experience giving birth or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like the brat. I don't care. I mean, it's not. I mean, she ain't like Rihanna sexy with the pregnancy, but
Yo, but have you seen the other? There's been some other like Instagram clips of like these couples where it's the person in the couple who looks like a man who is having the baby.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. What was it? Damn it. It was in the chat the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you might say. I saw that John. And I was like, yo.
Well, it's the dude. Like that blew my mind. I gotta see if I can find it right quick. But that blew my mind because it looked like it was a dude, but wasn't really a chick.
Right.
Had a beard and everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a question for you. When raising kids, do you believe that a kid should grow up with a mother and a father?
If at possible.
I mean, I didn't grow up with a mother and a father.
Okay. So how do you feel about like same sex raising?
I mean, I think it can be done, but I will say this: I do think that there is something to be said about some of the things that come along with what a man can teach a boy, right? Um and I say that as someone who had to learn that lesson the hard way. I had to go to another location, another person to get that information. It would have been great to have my father there to learn that, but he wasn't there. So anyway, I mean, I think it can be done. I mean, I was raised with my mother. I think I turned out okay. But I think that there are some things, some lessons, some moments that it it is important for children, both male and female children, to have someone of the opposite sex around, whatever that looks like. And I know these days things are fluid, like we're in a different environment, but I do think that perspective is important, and I think that that goes for any situation that you're in. Like, and it's hard to get that if both of your parents are same gender. I think perspective becomes a little bit of a different kind of environment for that.
What if it?
I got a couple friends.
Go ahead, man.
I got a couple friends, same sex marriage, guys had a son, they adopted or took him in or whatever, as a young kid, and a lot of parents in the school had issue with it, but I mean that dude's grown up to be a stand-up dude. Yeah, I mean it's all the same for the
That's the
most
part that
part.
bother me. What I eat shouldn't make you shit. What you eat shouldn't make me shit. So what you do in your own personal business, your own personal life, whatever the case that may be, is between you and God. So I don't understand why you have to have an issue with the way that somebody else does something.
Right.
Exactly.
Kingdom Chef said he was raised by his mother and he's doing well and definitely needed that father influence.
Right.
So to go with John said, I'm with you. I was raised in a household with both my mother and my father until they got divorced. But I'm definitely of a believer that a male needs a father figure in his life. Male stuff, boy stuff. A female needs that mother figure in her life to teach her women stuff. Not saying that, like John said, a perfect example. John was raised, in Kingdom Chefs, both raised by their mothers, and they both, doing, hella good, out in these streets. But so that's not saying that a woman couldn't do it or a father couldn't do it by themselves. But I just believe it's a lot easier, and it's just a lot that, even though John's mother did what she did, it's stuff that she doesn't know because she's just not a male.
Right.
So he said he had to go away in order to get it. So I definitely am a believer of you should have both in the same household if that's possible.
And I think it helps to influence your understanding of people of the opposite sex. Right?
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at my boys, and my hope is that they understand what it means to be a man, or to be a man. I'm just gonna stay with that, right? To be a man,
because
and not only what it means to be a man, but what it means to be involved with someone of the opposite sex, whether that be on a relationship level or just as a friend, right? Like it helps you understand how to engage with other people. I think, yeah.
I agree.
I believe
it
that.
helps.
That's what I believe.
Do I think it's necessary? I don't know. But I definitely think it helps. I definitely think it makes you more well-rounded. So
Dino looking like you're thinking.
I mean, I was, like in some same-sex relationships, what I'm saying, you have, one probably is more feminine and the other one is probably more masculine, whether it be two dudes or two females. Do you would you consider the more masculine female, could she teach that child or teach that boy how to be a man because she has the traits of the masculine
I think she can do it, but not because she has the traits. Because again, I know John's mother personally. I know Kingdom Chef's mother personally. Neither one of them, in my opinion, have masculine traits that that they could have necessarily taught. Either one of them. However, I get what you're saying. In the same-sex relationship or same-sex marriage, usually one of them does have a masculine identity or identify as the more masculine one in the relationship. I don't think that still makes a difference on whether or not they can teach a young boy how to be a man. Again, can they? Yes. Can they do it all? I don't believe so. I think they need a boy needs a man, some sort of man figure, a biological man figure in his life, whether it's a mentor or somebody at some point, teacher.
I mean, prime example, right? You think about what it means to hit puberty, right? What it means when it comes to the time in your life when you are either when you as a female, when you have your first period, when you are a male, when your penis get hard for the first time. There is no woman, no mother, no mothers who could ever make that okay. Right? Like no matter how many, I don't care how masculine one of your mothers is. She's never gonna be able to make that okay. Like you still gonna be like, yo, I was sitting in class today and this Joan got hard. Like, like
ain't much she can really tell you.
What can she possibly tell you about that?
Ain't
right?
Much she can tell you.
Right. And then, you know what I'm saying? If you got 2 days and you had your period for the first time, what could they possibly tell you about? Oh, I know what them cramps feel like. They don't know nothing about that. I could never tell. If I had a daughter, I'd be like,
he calling his girlfriend. He calling his mama. He calling his sister. He calling some female to be like, yo, how do I handle this situation? What do I buy her? Do I buy her wings? Do I buy her tampons? Do I buy her cups?
But that's so not the same. That's so not the same.
What you mean? What you mean?
No, I'm saying like yeah, I think that's the easy way out for the dude. But you know what I'm saying? Like for the child, like I feel like the child kind of like suffers. Yeah, and I don't mean it in a I really don't mean it in a bad way. I just feel like there's more to it than just the talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's the emotional side of it, feeling supported, whatever that looks like.
Right.
And in single parent homes, specifically in single parent homes, what they have to adjust to, I heard somebody tell me, I got boys, so I got to be tough on them. I can't go soft on them. I can't, treat them the same way I treat my daughter because I got boys and my boys need to be tough out in the street.
Do you believe that?
Do I believe that she couldn't?
No.
That they have to be
tough. That they have to be tough, or she has to teach her boys to be tough.
I don't believe that she, again, I don't know. Because can she teach him how to be a man? No. So being tough, just because you're tough, is not necessarily teaching your sons how to be a man. Yeah, it's giving them a little bit of realism of what real life is like, but your girl need to get that too.
But you know what? Can I throw a monkey wrench in this whole thing though? Because I'm here, like maybe Donnell's not saying this, but I'm actually interested in this piece of it. And this might be maybe considered toxic, maybe considered ridiculous, whatever. Like as a man, we do have to, and again, I believe that it's okay for men to cry. I believe that emotions are important. Like we need to have those. But I also understand that we live not only in a time now, but I feel like we've always lived in a time now where if the man does not approach the situation with a woman, then he may never have a situation with a woman. Like I don't know how y'all got y'all. I don't know how y'all ended up married.
Say that again, John.
I don't know. I don't know how y'all ended up married, right?
Okay.
But the way that I ended up married is my wife and I connected, and I had to be the pursuer.
Okay.
Right. So as the pursuer, right, as a person doing the pursuing, you are always at risk of getting of getting hurt, of being turned down, right? Because that's the part that we as men normally have to play. Not all the time. I'm not putting 100% in that realm, but that also means that we need to have thick skin sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta pretty much have thick skin.
I agree.
Which is the reason why I believe that toughness, if she wants to give him that toughness,
Right.
yeah, because like John said, in most cases, 99.9, I can put percentages by it, but in most cases, the man has to be that masculine protector, provider. He is a lot more vulnerable than what people give us credit for, because we are the ones who are going out there risking our necks at a lot of times, especially like John said, if we're pursuing a female. We have to have that thick skin to be able to deal with protecting our family. We got to have that thick skin to be able to, protect, even pursue a woman for that matter, because she can't
pursue anybody, not just a woman. It could be anybody.
Well, woman,
Mr. Peace.
I mean, I get what you're saying, John, but I mean, like,
but I do want to say, because we are moving towards a more gender-free and gender-neutral society. That's
agreed. So
that's
that
how
was
these kids,
so that was kind of like my
these kids are
transition.
growing up.
So that was my kind of like my transition. Do you agree or disagree? Especially like in the school system.
Hey, right quick though, before we answer that question, I found y'all's picture that y'all was looking for with y'all's pregnant person.
That's mine. Like, whoa, yo, that's like the episode of the Cosby Show where the men got pregnant. And like, what is going on here?
What is that? He looked like a dude for real though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. No bull. Yeah.
Like, why? Like,
so my question is in this particular case, because there was one I saw where the person who looked like a woman was in actuality a man. And so had male genitalia. And the one who looked like a woman was actually a man. And the one who looked like a man was actually a woman. And so when the person who looked like a man got pregnant, I had to send y'all the video later. I wish I could find it, but that's sad.
Yeah, it's about the pic. Yeah, the pic is very sad. Because it's So Donnell, I'm sorry. What was your question, Donnell? You were saying about what about the genders and
transgender? I guess what I'm saying. So I guess it's against, like, in some countries transgender is like against the law first and foremost. And I think United States, like, I feel like the United States, and this is just my opinion, is normalizing it. You know what I mean? Like, because I watch, some of the TV shows that I watch, and I'm like, this stuff is kind of like thrown in your face.
It is.
Where's the disclaimer?
Put the disclaimer back up on the screen. My bad. Hold on. There you go. There you go. You had the disclaimer right there. There we go. You have been warned. You have been warned.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like
America is got a bad agenda. We are.
You got girls with dude parts playing women's sports and vice versa, and I just
like
just
you
don't
said,
feel
they
like
are trying to normalize it, because that group of people, whoever they may be, want to feel
included.
And I get it to a certain degree, but my thing is, to Donnell's point, I don't know if this is the point that Donnell's making, I don't flaunt my heterosexualness in people's faces. The fact that I love females, it's not thrown in your face. So why does your sexuality of being a homosexual or heterosexual or whatever the other sexuals are have to be thrown in people's faces? Like, in every
if you are homosexual, if you are a same-sex couple, or if you are a
polygamist
or any of those, please join us here on the show. Inform us. We would like to know more.
This is what I'm going with. I mean, okay, so you're saying throwing in your face, but I'm saying inclusion. So if I am homosexual, I feel like 90% of television doesn't represent me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's being thrown in my face, and the people I know, that's what's being thrown in my face.
You know
Why
what's
can't I
you know
have
what's
some
interesting about that?
Why can't I have some representation on TV?
You know what's interesting about that, Mike? I would have agreed with you several years
Come on,
ago.
John. I gotta bring you in.
I would agree with you 7 years ago, and I do believe that representation is important. But I actually wonder whether we have moved into the realm of over representation.
And thank you, John. And
Not just for same sex couples. I mean for like the interracial couples. I'm like, yo, is that for real? Is it that many interracial couples out there? Why everybody on TV?
Every
is an
commercial
interracial
out
couple
there is
now.
an interracial couple. Exactly.
But you know what you don't see? You know what you don't see? And this is I'm not being PC right now. You do not see white and Asian couples on TV.
There's a lot of them too.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of black and Asian couples, a lot of white and Asian couples. You do not see them represented on TV. But for whatever reason, talk about black and white, they everywhere. You talk about same gender couples, they all over the TV.
Right.
I'm
That's
like,
what I'm saying. This,
you know how many black men went to Vietnam and came back with, anyway, I'm not.
It's real.
But it's true. But it's true.
Love you long time.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Mike. That's messed up. Don't do that. You ain't have to go there.
But John, what you're saying is true. There is such thing as oversaturation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get you want to be included. You want to be, because we've been that's what us as African Americans have been asking for as well. And I think I said this a week ago on a show. I know I said it somewhere. I even think lately they've been overdoing it with black people too. Like, it's just not natural. Like, you want to feel natural. And so if you want to do, to Donnell's point, if you got the gay stuff, okay, cool beans. That's you. Do your thing. What you eat don't make me shit. Cool beans. I don't care. But why does it have to be in every single show, every single movie, every single scene? It's like, okay, that's not natural. It's not black people in every single daggone way of walk of life.
And when you say natural, that means you mean it's not everywhere. You're not
it's not everywhere. Meaning
right.
It's not. I mean, yeah, affection is natural. Affection. So if you have affection for whatever sex you choose to have affection for, yes, I believe that is natural. Whether you have it for the same or the opposite sex, that's between you and that person and you and your God. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But the affection in general, I don't feel like two people of the opposite sex are thrown in your face on a regular basis in comparison to the way that people of now the same sex are thrown in your face every chance to get, just to say that they're included. So I wouldn't want to be included in that way.
That's very not ableist. That's like it. I mean, all relationships on TV and movies were heterosexual relationships for years and years and years.
Right. It was.
So technically it was thrown in people's face. It wasn't until you had a movie like The Crying Game, where that was like the big reveal in The Crying Game was it The Crying Game? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was The Crying Game. Where you had the big reveal that the person he had fell in love with was actually a man. So
was that the plot of the movie? I don't know. I didn't see The Crying Game. Was that the plot of the movie? If that was the plot of the movie, then cool.
Yeah, it was. That was the whole thing. Like he had met this quote unquote woman, right? That his friend had been dating, and it turned out that it was if I remember correctly, it turned out that it was a man.
But if that's the plot of the movie,
I apologize. Let's just not say it. They were a man.
They were a man. But if that was the plot of the movie, then I get it. Like, that was obviously the plot. Like, but I'm talking about things where it's not the plot of the damn movie or the plot of the show or the plot of the commercial. It's just like, hey, let's just throw them out there because we want to oversaturate. But since they say they weren't included, let's now make them overly included in everything that you see. So you can't say that you're not included anymore. I don't like that. They don't like when they do it with black people either. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Here's my take on it. My take is that it is what it is. They're out there, whether it's black people, white people, Asians, whether it's, gay people, transsexuals, transgender, whatever. everybody's out here. Everybody's watching TV. Everybody's watching movies. So, I don't want to say it. I feel like if I see it on TV or in a movie, it doesn't bother me anymore. It used to, but it doesn't bother me anymore because it's reality.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mike. If your daughter was allowed to have another girlfriend over, and let's just say they needed privacy because they were getting dressed in your daughter's room, would you be okay with the door closed while they get dressed? Yes or no?
I don't know. I'd probably be like, why she gotta be getting dressed with my daughter? Why can't they, go in the bathroom and,
but that's
individually
because I
get
feel like
dressed?
that's what girls do. That's what women do.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't.
So, would you have any issues with Maya having a transgender friend?
No.
Would he be allowed? Would it or she or whoever he?
They, man. They. Dang.
Hey, man, would you have any issues with?
Before you finish, Daniel, hold on. Okay.
Would you have any issues with they coming over and
with them coming over, man? Get it right.
They, them, whatever. I don't know these pronouns, so.
Oh boy,
you got to get to know them, man. You got to get to know them.
Not necessarily.
Go ahead, though. Because I don't know them.
Not
necessarily. But this isn't just for Mike. But would you have any issue if one of them was coming? If they were coming to see your daughter?
If seeing my daughter, go ahead, Mike.
If they identify as a girl, be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it.
So if they needed some privacy to get dressed, would you treat it the same as two little girls?
I probably would. Be honest with you.
Interesting. I can't say that I would. I can't say now to if my sons or my daughter wanted to have a friend that was of transsexual nature, cool beans. I don't care. To answer your other question, if they needed the privacy to change clothes together in the same room, I probably would have an issue with that. Now, I will say this. I look at things a little bit differently now because my kids are older. I think me and Mike got kids around the same age. I think Daniel's next in line. But so we can't control what they're going to do when they leave the household. And so I kind of give mine a little bit more flexibility to do a little bit more because I'd rather have some of those conversations, while they still are in my house. So just to even be safe because, some people, yeah. Anyway, just to be safe in general. But yeah, if while you're under my house and you're under the age of legal age, yeah, I'm probably not allowing y'all to change in the same room together.
See, so
let me say this. Normalizing it.
I would.
I didn't. You under my household. I got to normalize in my household. I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna respect you for who or what you claim yourself to be. That I will do. If you were born a male and you say you are now a female, guess what? I will treat you as a female. But I'm not gonna be naive enough to
So you sound like an old white man trying to accept black people.
Hey, call it what you want to. Call it what you want to.
So I would, you talking about like if my daughter was getting dressed with boy who felt like he identified as a female, I would probably have more pause if she wanted to get dressed with a girl who was a stud, who identified or didn't identify, but was gay and liked women.
Why? That's what they call, or that's what they want to be called.
No, it's not what they call. You know what? Y'all is blowing my mind today.
Is that offensive?
I think it is.
I don't know if I guess anything could be offensive. So I'll change that.
This y'all saying stuff is offensive. Let's just
this whole episode, we need to just have it scrolling across the top of our heads the whole time.
For those who are just joining the show,
be offensive.
Who said why can't we teach these kids that it's wrong? Who said that?
What'd you say? Why can't we just teach the kids that it's wrong? We don't need to condone this type of behavior.
Is that who is that? Who is that? That chef?
I believe that's my man Percival. I believe, but
okay.
Curtis.
Look, you can. I'm not saying. Look, I don't. You can teach the kids that it's wrong. Okay,
that's your household.
That is 100% accurate in your household.
Black people.
It can be wrong, but this is the reality, right? Is that we live in a country where there are white people who teach their kids that black people are dumb, stupid, wrong, that they do not deserve to be here.
Still to this day, right? In 2023.
Right. And so because of that, that doesn't make it right.
Right.
And I think we have to be okay with accepting people for who they are. You don't have to agree with their lifestyle. That's okay. You don't have to agree with you don't have to agree with them to accept them, right? To be like, okay, you are who you are who you say you are, and I'm going to be okay with that, right? It doesn't have to come with vitriol. It doesn't have to come with, hatred, right?
It's not us versus them.
Right.
And,
but should there be boundaries in that, John?
I think that as a family, you can set your own boundaries. I think as in your own, what I'm saying, my mother told me that she never wanted me to come home with a white woman, but that didn't mean I wasn't gonna come home with a white woman.
If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. That's what she told me.
Right? You know what I'm saying? My mother, and that's that. The reality of it is that I made a decision on my own one day that there was no way that any white woman was ever going to understand what I was living through, and I didn't believe that she would be able to. Now, maybe a white woman didn't want me. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is that there was nothing that we had in common enough to make that situation work as far as I was concerned. So I knew that I was going to marry a black woman.
I think, to your point, John, I mean, what you do in your household, you can't control what anybody does in their household, whether they believe in same sex, heterosex, trans sex, all that sex, whatever. Just like same with white people, you can't control a white person what they teach in their household when it comes to blacks, Jews, and so on.
Or blacks what they teach in their household when it comes to whites.
That part
true.
That part too. Yeah, because there are people who go out there and be like, I hate white people because of the way they treated us, so they teach their kids that. Cool beans.
By the way, my son the other day, and he did not get this from me. He said, my youngest said, white people are crazy. And I don't know who he heard that from. He did not hear that from me. He never hear that from me.
His mom, his aunt, somebody, his grandmama.
His grandmama, probably his grandmama.
Grandmama, or TV, like Donnell said, TV. Who knows? But the point is, you can't control what people do in their household or how they treat, how they teach. All you can, in my opinion, I believe in what the Bible says. Train up your child in the way in which they should go, and they will not depart from it. Right. So my thing is, I'm going to teach my child what I personally believe, but I am going to give them as well the freedom to be able to make their own choices once they walk outside of my doorsteps. Because I don't want to be, that type of dictator over my child where you better believe and you better act and you better do and you better do. Because the first thing they're going to do when they walk out your house is rebel and go do complete opposite of what you've been trying to teach them or show them their whole life, in my personal opinion. So I believe in teaching them to be open-minded, teaching them that there are different types of people out here: white, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, transsexual, straight, gay, butch, whatever you
Muslim,
want,
Christian, Jewish,
and let them go out there and experience the world however they want. I can't tell you that all my kids right now are making decisions personally that I personally like. But that's their lifestyle, and what they choose to do with it is on them. So long as it's not being harmful to them or anyone around them, it is what it is.
Your kids out there dating the Wahites.
Hey, John. Hey, what my kids do, they do. They're personal preference, though.
Would y'all be
what?
surprised? Would y'all be
good.
surprised if there ended up being like some LGBTQ, whatever?
He said all the letters wrong. He said the LMNOPs and the QRSTVs.
Like fraternity and sororities.
They already exist. They already exist.
Or what about like colleges and universities? Like the majority.
It probably are. They got churches.
Liberal. Well,
they do have
arts colleges are probably very liberal.
Probably,
you know, because a lot of artsy people are
free thinkers, Mike.
Very fluid.
Free thinkers.
There you go.
Fluid in there. Fluid.
My man.
Hey.
We are on this tonight. This is like
love it.
We ain't gonna be able to get. We need to just put a third and it box
wasn't
up that just has that in it the whole time. Fifth box.
And straight up, it wasn't that I was thinking anything in particular. I just didn't want to put a box on anything. So I was trying to think of a word that didn't put a box on anything.
Because
we all in boxes tonight, and the boxes need to have a warning on all of them. Okay?
They are free thinkers, but there's nothing wrong with being a free thinker, though.
This is the society that we're moving towards. This is a free thinking society. You have to accept people, and that's Now, I'm not saying you have to believe what they believe, but you have to accept them as people.
Is this even the topic of the night? But okay, so this is
we can get there at some point.
So it says somebody put that up. We're being brainwashed about says man and woman, not the LB. Wait, what are those letters? I don't even know what those letters are. What's the H? What is the H? What is the H in the Y?
I think that was the point that they were saying.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of letters.
Curtis stupid.
It's just a lot of letters.
My man Curtis, he's stupid. Yeah.
Yo, he threw a whole bunch of extra. He should have put the X in there and the Z. I don't know.
So I'm gonna go back to what Ty said. What Ty said was something to the effect of, we can only teach our home. We can't teach that next man's home. What they teach in their home is them. Mm-hmm. So, just to go back to that point, that are we being brainwashed? Are we?
To a certain degree,
so what happens if what you teach in your home?
My household are free thinkers.
Right.
To be honest with you, my household are free thinkers, and so
you said free thinkers.
Yeah, I know.
So what? But what happens? What happens if what you teach in your household does not become the
acceptance?
Norm? Is not the norm.
Acceptance.
So let's say you teach acceptance in your household, but then you end up with a child who's like hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean?
Remy.
Ooh, like the people who wear the black coats and the black boots and Remy, and the black fingernails, and again,
it's not because of anything you did wrong. It's because they were trying to find something that was more established, more concrete than what you were teaching in your home, and so sometimes that's what's happened. That's what happens. What's this? But you see the repeal in
the school and at the mall, shit everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the way that we live our lives, whether it be very like regimented or very loose, like is the opposite of what our children actually are looking for, and so we have to be very mindful of that, right? Like you could literally create a situation where your child, in a very like free thinking environment, becomes a conservative because they felt like it was just too loosey goosey.
They do the opposite of usually.
Right. That can happen. That can happen.
Because if I don't know about y'all, but like that's something I literally thought about as an adult. Like, what are the things that my parents did to me or said to me or whatever that I liked, and what are the things that my parents did or said to me of things that I did not like? And what am I going to take from that? Am I going to, because I did not like this, I'm going to do the opposite, like John just said, or because I like this, I'm actually going to stick with this? And these are things that I'm going to adopt as I raise my own kids. Right. So I literally thought like, okay, my father beat me with a belt one time. I ain't want to, and I did beat my kids with a belt. Yeah, I admit it. But I didn't want to be that, but I didn't want to be that parent. I wanted to be in it. But, that was one of the things that I thought about. Like, all right, I got beat with a belt. I don't want to beat my kids with a belt, but I did it anyway.
Mentality.
But I did it anyway. So, I mean, it's you have to pick and choose. You got to pick and choose.
So to kind of go with, I don't know if it was Curtis, but when you're saying see it repeatedly on TV and in the internet and the school and all that, I mean, that's what they're going to see in life. So I can't bring them up with blinders on, only showing them what I believe. They have to see what's out there.
But are they mature enough?
They know, one, how to accept it. They know, two, how to encounter, how to have a positive encounter with people that are different than them.
You think they're mature enough to handle that though?
I think kids are mature enough to handle that people are people. I don't think that kids are mature enough until certain ages to understand the sexuality of it all, or to understand, I don't know, but to understand acceptance and to understand that people are people, no matter what they believe, no matter how they feel, they're still people. I think that kids as young as 4 can understand that.
Can I throw an extra piece into this? And I think it is around the idea of, so this is Black History Month. We know that there are still people in all communities who are still not accepting of Black people.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So,
go ahead.
So there are people who you can raise your child, you can raise your children to be accepting, right, of different, like people who are transgender, people who are
instead of Democrat,
right? You know what I'm saying? All kinds of things, but we still live in a world where, as people of color, as Black people, like we are still fighting for our equality, and so does that take the back burner?
I don't believe so.
It's
but before we answer that question, it is the same fight. But before we answer that question, let's take this last commercial and then we can finish the conversation because Danielle got something he want to say. And yeah,
we got to get into the topic.
That too.
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RATV. We appreciate y'all for tuning in 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Tuesday for Millionaire M.A.N Cave. Make sure if y'all have not already done so, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel if you have not already done so. If you're on Facebook, let your people know. Y'all can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on the RATV website, re-tv.net. Catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Roku. If you got a Roku, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and download the RATV Roku app on your Roku. That way you can watch on the big TV, all that good stuff too. Yeah, so y'all can catch RATV a little bit of any and every place that you actually go. But make sure y'all subscribe to Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Millionaire Man Cave this Tuesday. We actually got into a completely off topic than what the show was supposed to be about. We're gonna get into that topic in just a few moments. But before we do, before anybody says anything else, had to put that out there because we don't want nobody to feel offended. We don't need no dirty letters, none of that stuff. You can write them, send them in the info at re-tv. I will send those specific comments to Donnell, Mike, and John.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
But no, if y'all
I am Mr. PC.
But no, we just having a conversation, and John, I believe actually Curtis actually posed the question before we went to with the commercial. He actually said, "So how do you feel? Mm-hmm. How would you feel if your child's teacher influenced them to go against what you teach your children?"
It happens, and I mean, I'll go as basic as in your household you believe in liberal, whatever, and your teacher is a conservative. I mean, it's all sorts of things that your teachers influence your kids on. So personally, I feel like, you have to, like Ty was saying, train your children up in the way that you feel, the way that they should be raised or whatever. And, you have to teach them, like I said, acceptance is the word of the day for me. I'll accept you for who you are, for what you believe, even though I don't believe it. I accept you for who you are and what you believe, even if I don't like it. You're still a person, and I respect you as a person. Just like I have my thoughts and I want you to respect me, I can respect you, period.
And that's my thing too, Mike. I do believe, like, if we all thought alike, then this would be one boring ass place, one boring ass world. Like, if we all thought and believed the exact same thing, it just seemed like we'd be like robots, in my opinion. So don't get me wrong. While I don't agree with everything that everybody does or what they may believe in and so on and so forth, it what makes the world, like,
So you can respect someone who doesn't respect you.
See, there's
Can I respect them? You ain't gotta respect me for me to respect you. Yeah, that don't mean I gotta like you. That ain't mean I gotta deal with you.
So you still respect them.
That's very
I respect
true.
you enough to stay the hell away from you. Yeah,
it's almost like that turn the other cheek type deal, or whatever. I can respect you as a person. If you don't respect me, I may not deal with you,
right?
But I respect you as a person.
Yeah. I respect you to stay there.
You don't have to like me.
I know if we come within proximity of one another, it's going to be some furniture moving. So I respect the fact that let's just go ahead and go our separate ways. You stay over there, stay in your corner. I stay in my corner. We good.
Yeah, I don't expect everybody to like me.
Nah.
But I hang around the people who do.
Well, Mike, it was good knowing you. No.
I mean, I know people don't like me, and that's okay. It's all right. It's better that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to like me.
And unfortunately,
respect what I bring to the table. So that's it.
Exactly. And unfortunately, Curtis, asked the question, how would you feel went against or influenced, what you were teaching against at home? Like you said, unfortunately, that's just the world we live in. Unless you like Muslims, for instance, Muslims are a community, and I'm pretty sure there are Muslims who think differently within their community as well. But they, for the most part, have a community in which they have, like-minded individuals are together. They got a school, they got stores, they got mosques, they got all the things that they do together. Then you got to put your kids in that type of environment, so that way that 9 times out of 10, can't say 10 times out of 10, but 9 times out of 10, that whatever is being taught at school is not going against what you're teaching at home. you got to put your kids in that type of environment, in that type of community. But let me say this last thing before we actually do move on to our topic for tonight. Unless somebody else has something else to say. Serious real talk though, for anybody who does think differently out of the box, gay, transsexual, I want, like John said earlier, we want you on the show, and it's not to poke fun at you, not to, but like we got serious questions that like we want to know, like, not even just we want to know, but people in general want to know. People in general want to have a conversation. So if you are one of those, or if you know somebody in that community or whatever the case may be, that's open and that's having a conversation, because it will be a conversation, not a, an attack, or not a, coming being defensive and none of that stuff. Hey, send them to the show. We want to have a conversation. Real talk. That's just, I'm putting that out there for one of the weeks that I got to do the show. Real talk. We want to have that conversation. Yeah. And on that note.
So what is the topic tonight?
And on that note.
Entitlement in marriage. Do you agree or disagree?
With what?
Explain.
Yeah,
what's entitlement in marriage?
What does that mean?
What's entitlement in marriage?
All right, so I'll put this out there, right? So someone has said, once she mentions to you, her husband, that she have the right to her privacy. Agree or disagree?
Wait, say that again. So what about her right to her privacy? I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand
it. She has a right to her privacy.
Once she mentions to you, her husband. So if your wife said to you, I have a right to my privacy, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Why?
As my wife, I agree.
My thought is, I agree with that. That means you need to respect my privacy too.
That part for starters. I
mean, that's just the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, I mean,
I respect your privacy, but respect mine.
Exactly. So I respect yours, you respect mine. But then two, as I mentioned earlier in the previous conversation, we're two different people. Like we're not supposed to think alike all the time. How we think together, different story. But thinking alike is not. So if you want to do your thing, whatever your privacy is, whatever you feel your privacy is, cool beans. Mike said, I got my privacy as well. So respect mine.
So is there a fine line between privacy and keeping secrets?
Yeah. I mean, there is, but this is what I'll say. Like, my wife, I don't have access to her phone. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the password, but I don't like log into her. It is what it is. Like, that's her space. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she needs, that's her space. And I believe it's the same on my end. Almost nothing in marriage is private. I mean, I agree, Nicole.
I agree with that.
It is like you share everything, but you share because you choose to share. If you have a spouse that has chosen not to share, that's a different conversation that you need to have with your spouse. Like, why do they feel like they need to keep something separate? Why do they feel like they need to have a different password except going to the bathroom? I mean, for real, honestly, let's be honest. If you walk in on me when I'm in the bathroom, ain't nothing private about that. Like, and like, I'm in the bathroom, like, hey, you come in, you talk to me. Maybe I don't want to talk in this particular moment because I'm trying to enjoy my privacy in the bathroom. But
see, but what if all right, okay. Let me play a little bit of devil's advocate. And I'm not saying that any of y'all wives are doing this, but what if, you know what I'm saying, she was the type of person, she had condoms in her purse.
I mean, that's a whole. I'm like,
that opens a whole can of worms.
Yeah, because we don't use condoms,
so right? Why would she?
Like, why would she? Are you passing those along?
But are you gonna?
Kids? Are you?
But if she said to you, "It's my privacy. Don't worry about it."
That's different. That's not a privacy issue.
How so?
That's not a privacy issue.
If you're not gonna go through a phone.
Look here, that's a publicity issue. Publicity.
Yeah, how is that a privacy? If you can explain to me, if she can explain to me how that's a privacy issue, then maybe we can have this conversation. But if you can't explain to me why is that, how that's a privacy issue when you got condoms, when we don't use condoms, you got them in your purse or in your whatever they are, then yeah, I mean, like John, I mean.
What she said? What she said? We was doing the exercise at work.
My wife worked from home, so any exercises we doing at work.
Right. If you exercise, you must be that police officer. You exercising at work. What was that police officer? That white woman who was exercising with all the officers in her department.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of she was exercising.
Oh Lord.
I mean, that's problematic. Okay, that's a whole different level of problematic. Okay. But I mean, I think that as a couple, if you a couple, if you married, you in a committed relationship, like honestly, there is no privacy. Like who I'm talking to, okay, you can know who I'm talking to, and ain't no big deal. Like who I'm like hanging out with, who I. That's cool. You can know that too. Like I ain't got nothing to hide. But if I get to the point where I'm trying to hide something from you, if I have something that I don't want you to know about, then we have an issue.
That's what I was gonna say. When privacy in that sense comes into play, and you feel like you're quote unquote entitled to your privacy because you are hiding something, then you got a bigger issue than just whatever the case may be. Because once you start keeping secrets, once you start being private in that way, you start to open the doors for, like I said, bigger issues that can mess around and ruin your relationship anyway. So, I'm with John. Like, while yes, you have your things, for instance, most women don't like you going through their purse. The same as a man usually doesn't want you going into his man cave or, going through his car or going through his truck or whatever the case may be. In those senses, it's privacy as in, just because that's just sacred to them. Your man cave is sacred to you. Your truck is sacred to you. Her purse is sacred to her. So, yeah, there is privacy in those things that you just respect the fact of those are your sacred places, your sacred things. But privacy in the sense of I'm hiding something, then nah. That ain't cool.
Has your wife actually said to you she don't want you going through her purse? Like,
nah, my wife don't care.
First off, I don't even want to touch her purse because my wife's purse is like everything get lost in there. I don't know what's in there. It's a black hole. It's a black hole.
The old dog you had, Bert, it's in the bag.
Yeah, it's like that joint.
Let me ask y'all this. Let me, as men, have y'all ever come across a time where you were headed out and your wife said, "Where you going?" and you ain't feel like getting into all of it, and you just said out? Are you okay with staying in that?
Oh, you know what? See, my wife got
staying with that response.
My wife got it easy because I don't go nowhere.
Nah, I've never had that situation because usually the communication in my marriage is to the point where you know where I'm going before I walk out the door. Like she knows where I'm going. Usually, I'm going out with the fellas tonight, type thing. And if
my favorite place is at home, so it's my favorite place.
So yeah, and even if I don't give the detail as to where that may be, she's gonna ask. So she will say, well, where y'all going? All right, well, we going to the bar, and this usually done left at that. Same with her when she go out with her girls. If she doesn't, we going out to dinner. Okay, cool beans. Where y'all going? Oh, we going to such and such restaurant. All right, and it's left at that.
Although I will say this, Donnell, publicly on air, me and you need to catch up and do the cigar bar. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't do it that weekend, but I'm good now.
Okay, I'm hold you to
it. I'm down now. I had to work that weekend, but I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? So, my wife would like to see me go and do more things. She's like, you don't leave the house, and I'm like, you know what? The house, I pay a lot for this house, so I don't have to leave the house.
Everything you need to do is right there.
I paid a lot for this house, so I don't have to leave it. Like I don't have to.
So my wife and I, we don't necessarily go with the whole, keeping secrets type of deal, but at the same time, we respect each other's space. And my wife, I've learned through my 20 years of marriage to be more private actually than I used to be before I got married.
With your wife?
Yeah, or just in general with people, period. My wife is a need to know person.
My wife is obviously telling me I need to leave the house.
Yeah.
She concurred with Mr. PC. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, my wife is a need to know person. Like, it's not that she's trying to keep stuff from you. She just doesn't feel the need to divulge information unless it's a need to know. So I've learned that I have to ask specifically for things for her.
Well, how the hell you don't know?
If I want to know,
okay. I'm gonna throw this out there.
She's just not going to give that information.
I believe that is a very woman thing. I'm just
okay.
You could put the disclaimer up.
Man, he got that John on trigger.
I believe it is a very female. I believe it's a very female thing to not feel like they need to tell us what is like going on. Like their version of what is happening is always so what's what I'm looking for?
Watered down.
No,
okay, that's
not even watered down, but just smaller version.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, we supposed to get them to like laid out like
detail for detail. What
version,
time did Mike get in the house? Did he call his wife when he was gone?
Like they want to know blow for blow, and we like, yo, I mean, like it's for real.
Okay. So from a male's perspective, right? We said that, you know what I'm saying, there is no privacy. I mean, there is a sense of privacy. Okay, so what if off the humble your wife said, let me go through your phone.
I'm like, whatever.
Here you go.
Go for it. Enjoy.
I will be like, why? But I'll say why as I'm handing it to her.
Yeah, well, you good?
What if she log into your bank account and transfer $100 to hers?
Oh, well, see, that's assuming you got separate bank accounts, and that's different in my house. In my house, like, well, you know what? I take that back. My wife, I don't know how much she keep in her personal bank account, but I know my almost my whole check go to the joint account.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So.
Same here.
Damn it.
Oh,
I take care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I barely keep any money in my personal account. It all goes to the joint account, and we take care of the bills from that. So,
yeah, that's pretty much how I am, honestly.
I mean,
but
and I'm actually the one. I'm the one who take care of the bills. So.
Transfer is
if
a
she
violation.
needs it, she'll ask for it.
If it wasn't discussed or agreed, you know what? I would agree with Nicole if it was not a transfer for taking care of things that were for the house, right?
But that wasn't what Donnell said. Donnell just said, "What if she went in your phone
just
and
straight transfer?
Money?
Period.
Didn't
tell you anything.
I missed that. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, that's like
didn't tell you why. Just transferring.
She just cash after herself some money or something.
Yeah, basically.
They say, you know what I'm saying, hit you with the Monopoly card. Baby need her nails done.
I'm like, go ahead, get your hair did, get your nails done. You know what I'm saying?
But I would prefer. I would say that's a violation because I would prefer for you to ask. Just ask me for the money rather than going in my stuff and just taking it.
I don't care.
So how much privacy do you need to give your wife?
I mean, you know what? That depends on the wife. You know what I'm saying? I think every wife is an individual. Some wives need a lot of privacy. Some wives are open book. Like I honestly been married for how long? I've been married 13 years. 13 years, almost.
Hey John, why you make that? John was like,
I had to step back and think about it for a second. I've been married for 13 years, and sometimes I feel like my wife, she needs her privacy, and that's okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like
we all
do,
John.
Is that considered me time then?
It's considered whatever she wanted to be because I know what I need, and I need people to leave me alone sometimes. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this: when you're in a family, and I can't speak for people in relationships with no kids, but people in relationships with kids, you spend so much of your day and your time thinking about everybody else that you want some private time. You want some privacy. You want some times that you can feel like you're for your own self. Whether you call it selfish or not, you need some selfish time.
Did y'all see the video that I posted or about the song the dude was singing a song about being in the bathroom? Like, yo, that's me, yo. I will sit in the bathroom until my legs are dead because that is the only place that I can find me time. Like, my wife is like, yo, you be in there for 30 minutes. I'll be like, yep. 30 minutes at least. I like, give me 30 minutes. I ain't even doing nothing. I just be sitting on the toilet, legs dead as I don't know what. 30 minutes.
I have been there too.
Because that's it. That's all I can find.
When you got little kids, then yeah, you gotta do something like that.
Yeah, take care of that. Not even little anal itch.
Hey, look, ain't no anal itch, ain't nothing happening. I'm just sitting there. I just be sitting there. I be like, I'm just gonna sit here. I need time.
We all need our privacy, I guess what Curtis is saying is how much privacy do you give her? I agree with John. It depends on your wife. My wife is a private person. I knew that before I married her. She's a need to know person. She's a private person. She's learned to be more open with me as I've learned to be more private, as we've gone along. We've kind of gelled together, but she probably needed more privacy in the beginning, still does, than other women. My mom, on the other hand, open book. She tells it all to everybody.
And so Nicole just brought up a good point, because I believe, again, we talked about, teaching and raising kids and so on and so forth. Can you raise can a female raise a boy to be a man and vice versa? I was always, raised to believe when a man has to do what he has to do. So if you get private time or if you get me time, then you were lucky to get me time, because if you had things to do in regards to your family, then you do. So Nicole, she just said, I used to have a 5 to 10 minute rule. When I walked in the door, give me at least 5 to 10 minutes to get myself together. And then after that, I'm back to being whatever it is that you need me to be. Whatever you need me to be, to cook. You never need me to change a diaper. You need me to, be the husband. You need me to listen in ear. Just give me my 5 or 10 minutes of that privacy time or that me time, whatever the case may be. In that case, I believe, that's privacy. It wasn't nothing secret to it. It was just, I just need 5 to 10 minutes to get my shit together so I can be able to digest whatever y'all getting ready to throw at me.
See, you can do that, but I drive my kids to and from school every day, so they with me all the time. So
you tell them to sit in that back seat and don't say nothing. Shut up.
No, I'm like, here's the internet. There's your tablets. Be quiet. I need this quiet time right now.
It pretty much. Or when you get in the door, y'all go upstairs, change y'all's clothes, take a bath, leave me alone for 30 minutes, and then we can talk about whatever the hell y'all we need to talk about after that.
My daughter is 11. Her favorite saying is "Watch me." She's always doing something. She's always talking. She's always doing something. And she's like, "Watch me. Pay attention to me. Watch me. Pay attention to me." And I have to give that attention.
Yeah, to a certain degree. At some point in time, you got to tell her, "Baby, I'm watching TV. And baby, I'm X, Y, and Z. Baby, give me 5 minutes, because if not, she always gonna be a watch me kid."
I do sometimes. I gotta keep her in reality. I want her to grow up to look for a man like me.
Do you really want that? No, I'm just.
Hey, the man I am now, hell yeah. The man I used to be.
You want your future son-in-law to be out there Waffle House and your daughter.
hey, why you bullshitting? Yeah. Because that means that he's into her.
True.
That means he is really attracted to her and he's into her. So Beyonce, yeah. Okay. Now, do I want every dude out there Waffle House in there? No. But I'm just saying. I want her to grow up to have a man that's similar, or that has like-minded with me. Hopefully, if not, so be it. But the reason I said that is I try to keep her well-rounded, so I don't feed into her every need. I do feed into her needs, but I do give her reality sometimes. Like, baby, I gotta do this, or I'm just not feeling it right now. Let me do this.
So I know we moved on from the topic before the last
Again.
commercial, but this actually it goes to that, right? Like you said, you want your daughter to marry a man or be with a man like you.
Mm-hmm.
What if it wasn't a man? What if you were not? What if you were a? What if you were not
What
a
if
man?
she married
You know what I'm saying? What if
like you?
or what if it was a same sex couple? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you had a daughter, and you like, how do you say that? I want you to marry a woman like me. I'm a woman, and I want you to marry. Like, what do? That's a whole nother thing. We can get back to that.
Okay. Just to, and I don't want to dive into that or anything, but without the acceptance part of me, because like I said, the word for the night for me is acceptance. It's person. Is so. Instead of saying a man like me, a person like me.
I hear that.
And I feel that. I feel that wholeheartedly. A person like me. It doesn't. She doesn't have to be with a man. I would love that because I want her to procreate. With and do.
The brat is procreating, sir.
That is true.
Yeah, but that ain't her mate's child in her.
We don't know who child
her mate did not.
That actually could be her mate's child in her. It could be her mate's
mate did not provide that sperm.
It could be her mate's
egg. She has none.
It could be her mate's egg.
Sperm.
It could be her mate's egg, though.
But I'm just saying, I am a free thinker now. I've learned to be that over my, last probably 20 years of life. Before, when I was younger, I wasn't as open. I wasn't as free thinking. But I am now, and she can be whoever, as long as they love her, respect her, and provide the same type of values that I will provide. Hell yeah, I'm good.
I'm so back to what I said earlier in the show, and just because I know we wrapping up, we overtime. Anybody who is of that community who wants to sit down and have a real conversation, I want to have that conversation because I got questions. I know I ain't the only person that got questions. Because again, the whole respect thing versus it being forced and all. Yeah, I really want to have that conversation. I want to give that community an opportunity to, have a voice in that conversation. I really do. And it's not to be funny or anything like that, but I just got questions. Shut up, Donnell, Mr. Entitlement. Are you entitled?
I want to be.
Are women more entitled than men in the relationship?
I think it's personal perspective, personal people's perspective. Of course, the women gonna say no,
but and the men are gonna say yeah, they are.
What do the people who don't consider themselves to be a man or woman say?
Oh Lord.
Hey yo,
I think we might want to try this. We might want to try this topic again.
That is the end of the show. That is the end of the show. Yo, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Millionaire Man Cave, Relationship Entertainment Television, each and every Tuesday right here, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next time, in a man's world, no. Nicole responds. Until next time, y'all, we are out of here. Peace. Catch y'all next week.
Peace.